Hi, how are you guys doing? This is Agape Love Nations, and I am Prophetess Love El Shaddai. We're going to talk to my daughter today, and she's coming on board. We're going to talk about the issues, the challenges, especially the youth, especially the girls, the vulnerable ones, what they're going through out there in schools, in universities. And she's coming on board to talk to us about these issues, and we'll talk about them and give some advices and so on and so forth. So we want you to join us. Her name is Gloria. Gloria is a daughter of mine, and she's gonna come on board and sit right here, and we're gonna talk to you right away. Hi, my dear daughter.
Hi, Mama.
How are you doing?
I am very good today by God's grace.
You look so beautiful today. Happy Easter.
Same to you.
So normally, what do you do at Easter? Like today is Good Friday.
I guess I just cook a good meal. I eat, I pray, I sleep, and I do it all over again the next day.
Okay.
So Easter is over.
Easter is over.
Yes.
And today is just Good Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. We have Sunday, Easter Sunday.
Yes.
You go to church.
Yes.
Are you traveling? Because right now a whole lot of people are running. They're going to one village. I don't know if it's a town or village called
Quill. But personally, I'm scared to travel during Easter holidays.
Yes, because bad things always happen.
You understand?
Yeah,
sometimes
people drinking too much,
drive
driving.
anyhow.
Yes.
So I think it's a risk. I don't really fancy traveling.
Good, you're smart.
Yes.
You're smart. Okay. So now, how old are you, my dear daughter?
I am 22.
Oh my God, 22 years old.
Yes, I'll be turning 23 in May.
Ooh, May what?
May 26th.
Oh, and the president.
Yes.
He's gonna be how? May is his birthday as well.
I don't really know what day in May it is.
Yeah, I think is it May 27th, something like that.
I'm sure, but I hope it's not 26th.
Why not? It would be good.
I like
you
to
guys,
be exclusive.
You guys will share, will celebrate the same day. It will be huge. I know you're not a politician.
No, really.
What is your profession?
I am a practicing journalist.
Good.
I'm currently in the Institute of Journalism.
Okay.
Majoring in journalism.
Wow. And you're going to work for Agape Love Nations when you're done.
100%.
We are going to go all over the world.
I'm already
with the good news.
Yes.
Of Jesus Christ, of the gospel of Jesus,
exactly.
Promoting Agape in every nation.
Exactly.
Good. We're so happy to have you on board.
I am.
So now, I want to talk to you about the challenges that the youth, especially the girls, because the girls are the most vulnerable ones today, the young ones. Of course, the boys are vulnerable, but more the girls, because the girls, there's a lot going on with the girls.
Yeah.
A whole lot, because being a woman alone is an issue, and that has to change.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to have the upcoming conference, so we can talk about those issues and we can try to resolve those issues.
Yeah.
Because according to the scriptures, we're Christians, we believe the scriptures, and we believe what the scripture says, that both male and female, we are all made in the image of God, of Almighty God. So there's none. The male is not inferior, the female is not inferior. But a whole lot of women are suffering today. They're looked down on just because you are a woman. You're not supposed to raise your voice. You're not supposed to do this. You don't have the right to do this. You have to submit. That submission message, that scripture has been taken out of context, and people are abusing women these days, and they'll talk, the Bible says you should submit, and it's gone out of control. So, and a whole lot of people are suffering through that in the schools, everywhere, but especially the schools and the universities. Can you tell me a little bit about the challenges that the girls are going through today, especially the students?
Well, girls in university, students especially, go through so much. If I'm to list the number of things they go through, I don't think we'll finish today. But I think one common one is the advantage that lecturers and school executives take, when it comes to sometimes maybe, she doesn't do too well in school and she needs a little bit of help. They want to take advantage of her, to sleep with her in order to attain such favors. It might not necessarily be your fault. I know some lecturers even purposely fail the students so they could take advantage of them. We've had a couple of cases in my school before, and they still keep happening. I think we should preach about things like this. Women should be given the strength. People need to give them that. They need to be bold enough to reject such offers when they come. We make ourselves so vulnerable that men take advantage of issues like this because we make ourselves look weak in their eyes. They feel like, oh, she's just a small girl, what could she possibly do? But when you voice it out and they see that this is something that is coming out, they would stop it. Young girls can't avoid it. That I won't lie. Men would make advances, definitely. But you should know your worth as a woman. Definitely, you can't allow a man to take advantage of you because of something as cheap as grades. But this is something that's happening every day in school. Lecturers, even the rectors of the school, vice chancellors, even those in the academic affairs and all that, they do things like this. You come to them, I had a reset, I want to know why. Oh, you failed. So why have I failed? No, for me to even give you your grade, you would have to open up for me. You see, I have to enter before. You see, why should it be so? It's in my rights. It's wrong. But we don't talk about it. Platforms like this are necessary for women to voice out their problems. That's why I'm very appreciative of the upcoming program, because I know for sure that Agape Love is channeling its power to that, so that women can have a voice. All of us can have a voice. So we need to tackle issues like this in the society, not only in schools, in our homes. You find young girls suffering in the hands of their guardians. You see even uncles, fathers, mistreating and sleeping with their children, molesting them, all in the name of vulnerability and submission. Even wives can't have a peaceful marriage because the men think the woman should be, you know, she should listen or obey every rule, which shouldn't be so. There's no book that says that a woman should be a man's toy or a play toy. It's not written anywhere. So I think that these platforms are very necessary so women can voice out these problems. It has to stop. You see great women doing great things. You see people like Oprah Winfrey. And she is where she is not because of a man. She worked hard to get there. She got there. So if it is possible, why shouldn't we also do that? Why should we allow men to take advantage of us because we think that is the only way we can make it? That's it. So I believe that platforms like this should be encouraged. We should go to schools, we should appeal to them, we should talk to them. We should allow them to open up and explain to us so that we can also do something to stop these kind of activities. That's it.
So I just want to talk as a Christian human rights advocate and counselor. I know why this is happening. I was abused, I was molested at the age of 9 by my own uncle. So just like you said, it happens in the home. In fact, that's where abuse starts. And some of these grown men today were as well abused as little children in the home. And you know what? When you're abused psychologically, you think it's normal to abuse somebody else. A whole lot of people that call themselves homosexuals today and lesbians today, they were abused in the home, and it's affected them psychologically, and they believe deep down it's okay to abuse somebody else. And you know, in the schools, the girls, especially the girls who have been through, they came from a home where maybe the father is abusing. I'm not saying it's only men that beat their wives, but because I know a lot of women who are abusive as well. I came from that kind of home. My dad was a headmaster. My stepmother was very, very abusive, psychologically and emotionally and mentally abusive to my dad. And I saw my dad suffering. I saw what he went through. Eventually he had a stroke and passed away. That is why I'm so passionate about what God called me to do. I defend the rights of both men and women because I know that in the home, that's where it all starts, in the home. And do you know why people abuse each other? People abuse each other because they don't have this agape, this love, this fuel, this food, this spiritual food that we were made to have, that God made us purposely and specifically. This is our food. This is what is supposed to nourish every human being, for us to be able to be empowered in our different giftings and callings and talents, for us to not be intimidated, not feel intimidated when we go to school. We know we have what it takes to pass, for these teachers to help us to bring the potential in us, for them not to take advantage of us. It's because we're lacking what we We were made to have deep down, we're hungry, we're empty. And as long as you're hungry, you're empty, you are hurting. And as long as you're hurting, you'll hurt somebody else.
Exactly.
This is what is going on. And we need to preach agape. We need to promote agape. We need to have the love of God in our hearts for each other. We need to love God, number one. Love God more than anything and everything, because He made you. He put you here. He puts you here for His own purpose, not because you're here to do whatever you want to do. No, 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 no. You are not Lord over your life. If God is not there as Lord, guess who is coming? Satan. So, what do you think we should do in the schools? Like, how can we empower? Because this is not only about the government doing something about it. This is also about the church. The church, we're supposed to get out of the four walls of the church and reach out to the youth and help them and empower them and help them to have self-confidence in themselves and teach them to know that they should say no.
Exactly.
When the teacher says you have to do this before you get this, you say no and voice out your opinion and say it and complain and report it. The other day I was with some gentlemen and we were talking about this issue, and they said, "Mommy, you can't do anything about it. This is the system." I told them, yes, we can do. The system is us. We're the ones who corrupted the system.
Exactly.
If we fix it, the system will change. No, the system can change itself. It's us, the people, that are supposed to change. And when we change our mindset, we change the way we see each other, we change the way we treat each other, right away the system will change. What can you bring on board? I know as young as you are, you're very intelligent, you're very brilliant, you're hardworking, you're one of those girls that say, no, I'm not going to do this for me to get that, I'm not going to do this, so I'm going to go ahead and take my exam. If you fail me, I'll report you. I'll go to the right people, because some of the people, when you go to them, in fact, they'll hurt you more.
Exactly.
Yes, so it is a big issue that needs to be talked about.
Yes.
We need to voice out this thing. We can't hide it anymore under the rugs.
Yes, and I realized that this is something that's been going on over the years.
Yes.
It's not as if people in authorities don't know. They see it, they just turn a blind eye, because it's your word or their word against yours. As a student, you could go and say, okay, this is what my vice chancellor did, or this is what the head of academics has asked me to do, or my lecturer. And they'll tell you, what proof do you have that he asked you to sleep with him? They would end up, say, bullshitting you and asking you to go away.
Yes,
and
and
your case doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, maybe even suspend you.
Exactly. So the schools can't help us, but we can help ourselves.
Yes.
I feel like platforms like this should be taken from school to school.
Okay.
Students should be talked to.
Okay.
The girls should be given the opportunities.
Okay.
Even if it's on social media.
Yes.
Certain sites and platforms should be created.
Yes.
So they can call and complain.
Yes.
An investigation can be done.
Yes.
And the culprits can be arrested and justice will take its course.
Yes.
Once it happens continuously, the people or the perpetrators will definitely stop it.
Yes.
Because it's like, because nothing is being done about it, so they don't care.
Yes.
They keep repeating it.
Oh, yes.
So I believe that it should be taken. We shouldn't only go to church every Sunday, give out offerings and come home and sleep.
No.
When our children, our sisters, our brothers are suffering.
Yes.
Let's take it out there.
Yes.
Let's talk to them. Let's go to schools. Allow them. It's not a bad thing. I mean, it's allowed in every school.
Yes.
Once you go and then you talk to the heads, they allow you to organize seminars and all that.
Yes.
So you can talk to the girls.
Yes.
They will definitely come in and tell you the problems that they have, and we help each other solve it.
Yes.
And if you see a friend going through such a thing, don't turn the blind eye.
That's it.
Let's help each other.
Yes.
Like you said, the love.
Yes.
If you love each other, you would care for each other.
That's it.
So if you see that he or she is going through something like this, let's help each other.
Yes.
Let's voice it out.
Yes.
That's the only way the problem can be solved.
Yes.
They said a problem shared is a problem solved.
That's it.
So let's talk about these issues. Don't
Yes.
keep it to yourself and act like you are scared and timid and you're crying. I know a friend who went through something similar. She cried about it for a whole week. She actually did it. She
Oh my
did
God.
it.
Oh my God. She succumbed.
And she succumbed and she
Oh.
didn't tell anybody.
Oh my God.
She kept it to herself and cried. So I had to force her to open up and tell me that this is what happened. And even still, nothing was done about it. So I believe that talking is the only way we can have it solved.
Yes, yes.
Let's give them the opportunities,
Yes.
so that they can talk.
Yes.
And then these issues should come out.
Yes.
Let's try and stop it.
Yes.
Because frankly, women play a very huge role in the society.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what this world would look like without women in it.
Oh.
Some of the most important things in this world are done by women.
Oh, yes.
Certain things
Very
we
true.
can do. Me, I don't believe in that theory where they say what a man can do, a woman. We do much more better than men.
That's
even
true.
if they don't want to accept
Yes,
it.
that is
but we
just so
suffer
true.
more. We go through much more than they do.
Yes.
So I think the women especially should be concentrated on, let's try and help each other.
Yes.
Eradicate all these kind of evil doings
Yes.
from the society.
Yes.
Because these things just bring bad luck.
I know.
And it wouldn't even help us progress. I don't even know why people do that.
No, and it's not good for all of us.
Not at all.
Eventually, especially here in Africa, we're talking specifically about here in Africa. We are so blessed. We are blessed. God has blessed Africa with so much resources. We don't have to maltreat each other. We don't
Not
have
at
to abuse each other. We don't have to do it. I think we should. And we're not saying the men who are the perpetrators of this kind of abuse in the schools, in the offices, we're not saying they are the enemy. We don't preach enemy here. We don't. We know who the enemy is. The enemy is Satan. But the enemy, as long as you're not with God, you don't have the Lord in you, and you don't have the love of Jesus Christ in you, guess what? You have the love of Satan in you. He takes over your life and uses you to hurt your loved ones.
Yeah.
So we have to wake up and know who the enemy is. You're not the enemy. The woman is not the enemy. The enemy is Satan, and he's the one using you to hurt the people you're supposed to love and care for and protect. This is supposed to come out. We're supposed to talk about this issue and eradicate this, because we're not these people. We're children of Almighty God. We are precious to God, and he sees us as the priceless treasures on earth. So why are we treating each other like this? Because we don't know who we are, right? We need to know who we are from now on, and make sure that we stop doing these evil things to each other. So what do you want to say? We're going to close. Give your last word. So we can close, but this is not the end. We're going to go to the schools. We're going to encourage the church to preach about it, to teach about it. We're going to go from school to school. We're going to bring a platform, a media platform, where we're going to be talking about these issues every day. And I want to say something here. It's not only girls that are being abused in the schools. No. A lot of boys, especially handsome boys, teachers will abuse them, and sometimes older women abuse these young boys, and we should stop that nonsense. It's a sickness. We have to stop it. Nothing can heal you if you're like that. Go to God. You need to be filled. You need to be healed spiritually, and you need to be filled with the love of God. We need to stop abusing our young ones. This is not who we are. Yes, my daughter, say something.
Well, I think, first of all, parents, let's try. Parents should try and build a certain relationship with their children, so they can open up to them when they go through things like this. You realize that most, especially African parents, are so hard on their children. They are even scared to open up when things like this are going on.
Yes.
The other time there was this issue about a 9-year-old girl who was raped by her teacher.
Look at that.
She said the teacher asked her to wait after class to talk to her about her failure in class. And then one thing led to the other, and he had sex with a 9-year-old girl.
Oh my God.
And the girl kept it to herself for 3 good days till she started showing symptoms of a sick person. And her mother rushed her to the hospital, and the doctors examined her and realized that there was a forced entry.
Oh my God.
The child couldn't tell her mother because she was afraid of her mother's reaction. She was afraid her mother would beat her.
That's it.
Why? Because she and her mother don't have that kind of relationship. Which shouldn't be so. Let's try and open up.
Yes.
Allow your children to feel free around you, to open up to you in times like this. That's the only way we would know what's going on.
That's it.
Because we hear of these issues, but we don't hear the parents saying anything about them, because the children don't say anything.
Yes, they're afraid.
Exactly.
Yes, communication is
very
very
key.
important in the family.
So both boys and girls, likewise, everybody,
Uh-huh.
let's try and allow them. Open up and let your children be free
Yes.
with you. Let them tell you all these things so that
Yes.
we can help solve them.
Yes.
It's the first step towards eradicating it.
That's
the
it.
second step would be to go and reach out to them and
Yes.
tell them that these things exist.
Yes.
So when they come to you, this is the solution.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them feel like there's nothing you can do about it. No,
That's it.
we can do a lot about it.
Yes, we can,
So
definitely.
we are definitely always going to be here.
Yes.
I'm sure Mama Love is going to give numbers out and all that.
Oh, yes.
Agape Love is here to stay.
Yes.
And I'm part of it. I'm proud to be
Oh,
a part
yes.
of it.
Oh, yes.
We
Oh,
are
yes.
just starting.
Yes.
One
We're just
day,
starting.
sooner or later,
Yes.
we're going to be worldwide.
Oh, yes.
And everybody will have an opportunity to
Yes.
share your problems.
Yes.
And hopefully we can help you solve.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So we're going to go now, but we just want to continue to encourage, especially parents, because if you neglect your children, if you're chasing after money every day, you have to run to work. If you don't encourage them, you don't tell your children at home that you love them. Some of them are going out there looking for love in all the wrong places. We have to hug our children every morning before everybody goes where everybody is going and spending the day, and we meet back in the evening. Some of us don't even meet again in the evening. Something happens and that's it. We have to love. We have to show this love to each other, and we have to hug and tell our family members at home, our children, between the mother and the father. If there's no father or there's no mother, whoever is in the home, hug each other every morning. Pray together every morning. Hug and tell each other you love each other, and listen to each other. Don't be in a haste to say, I don't want to hear it. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about those things. You're lying. No. Listen to your child if they come, and first of all, tell them every blessed day, don't allow anybody to touch you here, touch you where they're not supposed to touch you. Talk about sex with your children.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, the world will talk about sex to them and teach them the wrong thing.
Exactly.
We should start all of this at home. We're going to talk more about this. This is just a little bit today. We're going to go deep into these issues, because the fathers at home abuse their children, and it's wrong.
Yeah.
So wrong. Fathers, that's not who you are. You are a child of God. That's not who you are. You're not supposed to do. Once you touch your daughter the way you're not supposed to touch her, psychological issues starts coming all over with that girl, and as she goes into the world, it gets worse. And by the time you know it, people start looking at her, she's different, and they start thinking that she's a witch, or she has this, she has that. No. The trouble started in the home.
Exactly.
So we're going to go right now, but we want you to know that we care about you. At Agape Love Nations, we love you with the love of Jesus Christ, and we want you to contact us. Send your questions, we will answer them. Our email address is prophetessagape@hotmail.com. Our number here in Ghana is 0552-595-194, and you can go to our website, Agape Love Nations, and check us out. And guess what? We're coming back to talk to you. We love you. Stay blessed.